This is Radio Entrepreneurs, and welcome back to all our listeners. My name is Jeffrey Davis. I'm the host of the show. I want to thank our friends over at MTP Software and the Social Scene who have been hosting us and built us our lovely new studios. Our next guest, known him for, I think it's about 10 years now.
At least, I'd say.
Yeah. We did a little biking together about 10 years ago. I'm talking about Ken Federman of the Law Office of Ken S. Federman. Hello, Ken.
Morning, Jeffrey.
Hi.
Thanks for asking me here.
Great. Ken, you're an estate attorney. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your practice, and then we're going to get into some digital property stories.
Sure. So, Jeff, my practice is based solely on estate planning and administration, which includes estates, trusts, planning of individuals' estates for orderly distribution of assets, for estate tax reduction, and most importantly, I think, the actual administration of putting into place those plans when an individual passes away. And as part of that, a new area, totally integrated with estate planning, but related to it also is our digital assets.
Right.
Facebook accounts, email accounts, YouTube channels, how to get access to those at the appropriate times. And it's a new area, it's a multifaceted area, and it's going to impact estate planning and estate administration in a large way.
So you're saying that those things, and I spend a lot of time on those things, are part of my assets.
Well, we all spend a lot of time on those things.
Right.
We all have more than we even think. You're probably aware of what you have. Most of us have email accounts, Facebook, Twitter accounts.
Right.
The younger generation especially has Instagram accounts, Snapchat,
Right.
YouTube channels, on and on. Everybody has these, and everybody has photographs now on their phone. It's not just online, Jeff.
Thousands on my phone.
It's
And
your
music.
phone, it's your PC,
Right.
it's the hard drives, right, photographs, music, those may or may not have financial value. They may have financial value, they certainly have sentimental value.
Right.
So, two things have happened. In my world, when I'm implementing an estate plan, that means a client has passed away. And there's a fiduciary, there's an executor, there's a trustee, perhaps there's an attorney in fact under a power of attorney. And historically, those individuals would simply, I personally, on behalf of clients, when a client would pass away, would go to their home and go through their files and see what assets they own by looking at their bank statements. You can't do that anymore. Everyone has online accounts, bank accounts.
Right.
And while the statements, for example, are online, who downloads them and keeps them on their local hard drive? Nobody. So that when I pass away, my executor has to go to my account and get my statements, because legal access to these accounts is an unknown entity at this point.
Right.
If I have created a list of passwords and usernames and given them to the right people, when I become disabled or die and they have to access that information, they at least have the information to get to the accounts. Without the passwords and usernames, there's no way that Facebook, there's no way that a bank is going to give anybody, my username and password. And one would think that once an executor is appointed for my estate, that executor stands in my shoes, which is what we say is the case, and has access to any information I would. The problem is this: we have a lot of hackers in this world. We all know
Rampant.
So there is a federal statute called the Stored Communications Act that simply is intended to protect our privacy and our information by making it a crime for anybody to access information online. And sounds like it makes some sense. The problem is, in addressing that issue, the U.S. Congress didn't really think about fiduciary access.
Right.
So it's a very open question as to whether a fiduciary, meaning an executor, a trustee, an attorney in fact, or a power of attorney.
A spouse.
A spouse is not a fiduciary unless they're named, but it's a great
Well, I mean,
point.
I thought a name, sometimes they are though, that's what I was thinking.
Very often they are,
Right.
but it's a great point because I can give my wife my username and password, say to my Facebook account. Well, Facebook end user license agreement says I may not allow anybody to access my information online, anybody. Therefore, the question is, if I do that, and/or if my wife takes my information and accesses my account, is that a crime? A
Wow.
crime. Because the Stored Communications Act is making it a crime for hacking to occur. But in defining hacking, they got way too broad.